Hi guys, we're in the middle of a very intense thunderstorm here right now. I'm not sure if you can hear the rain pouring down very intensely, which is again an available energy. Very exciting, this type of energy. I want to just recap what the Ascended is to us, that thought in itself has no power to change your life. It's when you add an emotional energy to a thought that thought acquires a force of energy to produce or context of the discussion. There's no sound. Can you hear now? Yeah, it keeps freezing because we're in the middle of a storm right now. Let me just write a comment. I don't know if you guys are hearing me on TikTok, but on YouTube they're saying there's no sound. Let's see. I will check again. Settings, microphone. Yeah, it shows that we are connected sound-wise. So let me know if you're getting sound on YouTube now, because it's showing that. Yeah, good, wonderful. So for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I just want you to be aware that we're in the middle of a very intense thunder and lightning storm right now, and so the signal will be intermittent during this crossover of incredible energy. But what the message was in a nutshell from the Ascended is quite simply this: thought in and of itself has no power to create anything. It's the emotions that we create around a thought that gives the thought any power to affect a process of creation. And this is very important because thoughts can't become things without an emotional energy. In fact, they tell me all the time, William, there is not one single human act that can occur without there being some emotion involved. You might not have an understanding of the emotion, but not one single action of a human being or experience of a human being can occur without there being an emotion involved. There has to be an emotion for a creation to occur. So keep that in mind when you're thinking and you're remembering and you're dwelling on ideas. That is what you generate, what you feel about what you're putting attention to. That feeling acts as a creative force. Without the emotion, the thought has no power to influence any significant changes in your life. I'm also being told to tell you there are instances where you can have a thought, and in a microsecond that you might not even pick up, that thought could produce such an intensity of a sensation, of an emotion, that you don't catch it right away, but it's the thought gets the emotion. What's an example of that? So an example of that is you're thinking, I would like to have some more money, as an example. And for a flash of a second, that makes you feel really good, but you don't pay attention to the feeling, you just have that thought. But you're not aware that you actually created or added an emotion to that thought. Then you go outside, you start finding pennies and nickels and dimes, right? Or you're thinking about somebody you haven't seen in many, many years. And for just a moment, you have a thought about them, and there's an intense emotion of that person. In such a millisecond, you don't quite see it. All of a sudden, you run into them, you go, I was just thinking about you. But the thought is not what brought the event into manifestation. It's the emotion. And they keep telling me that again and again. My guardian angel started this off about 5 years ago when he said, William, emotion is the fifth state of energy, and it coordinates and organizes all matter below it. When you can learn to utilize and orchestrate emotional energy, you'll begin to utilize and orchestrate your experiences more deliberately and intentionally. Yeah, they also say most of you create your experiences without even realizing you're creating them. You have a quick thought about something, and you get frustrated about something, and you let the frustration go, but you don't realize you set a creation, and suddenly you're running into people that day and they're annoying you and frustrating you because your frustration created a corresponding experience. Every emotion creates an experience that matches the intensity of the emotion. Whether you're conscious of it or not, every emotion that you have and put to a thought generates an outcome. You cannot have an effect without a cause, and a cause without an effect. So think about what you're thinking. Be aware of what you're thinking about and what emotions you'll choose to put to it, if any. If you're thinking things that aren't good and you're feeling emotions that aren't good, then you're going to create experiences that match those emotional qualities. that's what it was in a nutshell. Facebook and YouTube. Again, we're in the middle of a storm, so the signal has been intermittent. I have no idea why the sound was not available, but now it is. It's wonderful. So grateful. Yeah. I can see your comments, Michelle, Jacqueline. I thank you for your question, Jacqueline. I sent you got your response this morning. Wonderful. Someone's asking here on TikTok, Tiffany, am I guiding my niece, Billy, down the right path? The answer is yes. However, they're saying it's important you get input from her. Keep her focused on those things that give her joy. Keep her focused on what gives her joy, because joy will create very specific events and circumstances for her, as equally as frustration can create situations and circumstances for you. Emotion is what's coordinating the outcome. Does alchemy have anything? Does Archimedes have anything to communicate to me? He's saying that you're about to slingshot with what you've been practicing. You're about to go. I'm paraphrasing now because he's talking very fast, but he says you're in this, like, ready to fire forward into something. It's like you've been setting something up and now you're ready to shoot forward into this. Just be prepared for that forward movement. Get excited about it. But yeah, it's literally like a slingshot. You're about to go into a slingshot experience where you're going to catapult forward based on a lot of the work that you've been doing in the last few months. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, hello, Kathleen. Good to see you. Welcome. You're very welcome, Jacqueline. Yeah, Kat, you got your question answered. So sometimes my patrons can ask me a monthly question and get an answer. So if you want to sign up and become a patron, I encourage you to do that. Now, I want to say something about emotions too, because that's been a really challenging place for me for most of my life. It's these last 5 years that I've begun to finally get a handle on long-term acquired emotions from this lifetime and others. Because if you find yourself experiencing inexplicable emotions, it's because there's no reason apparently, then it's probably not from this lifetime. It's probably an effect, a carryover from a previous lifetime. In which case you're going to need to learn how to change or transform emotions from one state into another, because you cannot create new emotions. You cannot create energy. It cannot be destroyed. Energy can only be changed from one state to another, and emotion is your energy. It's the energy we all use for creation. So yeah, if you're dealing with a lot of strong emotions, I highly encourage you to go to my website. Check out Masterclass 102, Liberation. It's literally a course on how to liberate yourself from old emotions while further developing the activation of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. But it's a crash course in personal power and freedom. It really is. It's quite amazing to watch what people go through. It's our most popular program. I learned they deleted the film of them needing the cardiac needle. What emotion helps me live with it? Love. Be in a state of love. Be in a state of love. Hi there. Why are the fish disappearing from our oceans and rivers? Hi, Jenny. They're not disappearing. They've moved to new locations. The fish are not disappearing from the oceans. They've moved to new locations because there's a geological and geophysical change unfolding on this planet right now, and the animals, the creatures of nature know this. Migratory routes are changing for many of the sea creatures now. Human emotion plays a significant role in what's happening on this planet. Indeed, they tell me this all the time. Human emotion plays a significant role with what's happening between the Earth, the Sun, and the other planetary systems. Emotion organizes our experience, and we got 9 billion humans on this planet emoting uncontrollably, most of them. Most people are just feeling what they feel and not thinking about what these emotions will create. It becomes very important. So yeah, the fishes have moved to new locations away from what's going on and preparing themselves for the change that might inevitably happen if humanity doesn't get its emotional house in order. Right now, you look at greed and power, authority, control, um, sexual impropriety, infidelity, all kinds of stuff that's going on the planet now are emotionally shifting us from love to fear. And we've crossed a threshold where we're seeing the geological and astrological phenomena associated with this type of energy interacting with time, space, and matter. Even you right now, your body that you're sitting right now, if you got up, jumped up and started getting really excited, your body's going to go through a change. Every cell, every nerve, every organ, every gland is going to change and react and respond to that excited energy. And if you go into a state of sadness and anger and upset, your body's going to go through a massive physiological change. Well, human emotion, collectively speaking, all human emotion combined, is causing effects in time and space. Just like the emotions in your own mind cause effects in your body, human collective emotion affects time, space, and matter, including the physiology and structure of the Earth, the physiology and the relationship between the Earth and the Sun and the other planets. Emotion organizes matter. It's one of the most simple things and makes it one of the most important to understand how to use your energy. They talk about this with me all the time. It's very important. Emotion is organizing your affairs. And if you cannot be aware of how to utilize and harness your emotional energy, then you will experience your life as a random series of events being imposed upon you. But let us assure you that nothing is being imposed upon you at all unless you hold attention to specific qualities of emotion that will orchestrate events that you will say are imposed upon you, or will orchestrate events that you say, I did that. And you can create wonderful good in your life, and you can create wonderful not so good in your life, but you will by nature have to create one way or another your experiences. And you are living the creation of your experiences right now, whether you know it or not. Even when you find yourself in that car accident, that was precipitated by an emotional quality, a thought about accidents and an emotion. There's not one event in your life that can occur without an emotional quality attached to the nature of that event. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas about events are orchestrated and brought into manifestation by the emotional elements that are connected to those thoughts. Without the emotion, the thought is ineffective. Let us say that again to you. Without emotion, thought is ineffective. Each emotion precisely according to the nature and quality of that emotion. That is to say, if your emotion is of joy, the nature and quality of it to be less positive, but because you do not understand the function of your emotion, and that you have or are designed to have autonomy and authority over the emotions you generate. Unfortunately, many of you humans have delegated the authority of your emotions to others, to your governments, to your entertainers, to your physicians, to your friends. You've delegated the authority of your own emotions to others, and of course you find yourself as a result feeling out of control and helpless to change your life. But let us assure you, the moment you take authority over your emotional energy, that will cease to be. You will not be struggling under the impositions of your lack of responsibility over your own emotional energy, because that's what you do when you give up your own ability to recognize, I create emotional energies that create my experiences. When you give that realization up, then others will create for you. Then you will watch something and hear something, and you'll feel an emotion about it. So people can cause you to have an emotion, and that emotion will cause an effect in your life. So be mindful of whom you will choose to listen to. Be mindful of the nature and the quality of the emotional energy that you receive from these individuals, from these systems of entertainment and these other things of distraction that cause you to experience certain emotions that you did not consciously choose. Do not delegate the authority of your emotion to something outside of yourself, unless that something outside of yourself is founded in the functions of love, truth, compassion, kindness, integrity, peace. Be mindful if you are going to continue to delegate the authority of your emotion to something outside of yourself, then be very conscious and mindful about whom you will choose to do that with and why. Very, very important. Bridget saying, I transformed an emotion yesterday from being upset with someone to then sending love to the situation and to the person, and boom, the energy switched from frustration to love. Beautiful. That's awesome, Bridget. Hridaya is asking, should I go with job number 1 or job number 2, or should I start my own business? Thanks for feedback on this. All 3 of them. Don't go either or, go and. This is the problem. This is why most humans are manipulated and controlled so easily by the outside world. You've been told you have to choose one or this or that, a doctor or a lawyer. Do I do this thing or do I do? Get the word or out of your vocabulary, folks. Replace the word or with and. So don't just do job 1 or job 2 or start your own business. Do job 1 and do job 2 and start your own business. And then it will become very obvious which one is right for you. I'm told to tell you that starting your own business would be more exciting. They're also saying to me that if you are going to place yourself into the unnecessary position of having to choose one or the other, which of course will naturally create conflict in your mind, then we would recommend that you would choose job number 2. Yes. But I still think you choose all, this and this and this. Get rid of the word or. Wow, hear that thunder. Get rid of the word or. I love it. Question, why are we got that one. Question, wondering if there is anything I need to know as I embark on a new group experience. Define very clearly the nature and the quality of the experience energetically that you will experience as a result of this endeavor. Is there joy around this endeavor? Is there excitation around this endeavor? Is there hope and possibility? And are those getting involved with you in the same nature and quality of emotional energy? It's very important you come to that awareness that the emotion is what orchestrates. The idea in and of itself, the thought in and of itself, has no power until you imbue it with an emotion, which you are capable of stimulating into existence. You can get very excited about this, and the excitement will precipitate very specific events. Be mindful of this. This is what we've said throughout this day, that you must understand that your emotions organize your experiences. Without the energy of emotion, thought is just thought. It's just idea, information. Without an emotional quality to any thought, there is no manifestation. Wow. Taking good care of myself. Will my health issues improve very soon, especially my thyroid? Sweet fairy fish, remember, iodine. Somebody just told me you need to take iodine regularity. You need to take iodine regularity. And again, the hands over the throat. The hands over the throat where the thyroid is. And let yourself just feel the natural, because sometimes what happens between the brain and body is you eat things or you do things that separate the brain from perceiving what's going on in the body. If you're eating processed foods, if you're eating white sugars, if you're eating lots of breads and glutens, then the brain and body can have a severed connection. They don't communicate properly. So by taking your hands and placing your hands around the throat area and paying attention to the flow of energy between the throat, you're reconnecting, by using your hands, the brain to the thyroid. So the brain and thyroid can begin to reestablish proper communication, because you don't have proper communication between the thyroid and brain. That's why it's dysfunctional. But this will reconnect it. So do this regularly, repeatedly, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, as often as you can think. Just keep building that connection so the brain and the thyroid know what each other is communicating, so they can hear each other again. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. Return to a job for a few months and retire, or just retire from job now. Well, Michelle, if you heard the question that somebody else asked, it's really important you get rid of the word or, go and. This and this and this. The word or, think about it. If you say, do I want this or that? There's an immediate conflict that happens energetically with that word or. It's like you divide yourself. A house divided cannot stand, right? So when you say, I can do this and I can do this, and I've gained a lot of experience with that, understanding that there's things that the moment you say and, you remove conflict internally. Try it. Do I do this or this? And then change it to I'll do this and this, and feel the difference in the energy, right? I want to remind everybody, you got less than 4 weeks now to sign up for Masterclass 102. It's our most popular course where people literally let go of years and lifetimes of emotional energy. You will learn how to access, recognize where certain emotions live in your body, and you'll be given simple and easy use practices to follow. I channel the Ascended Masters throughout this course on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As well, you'll be working with 3 other mediums that will assist you on the journey of awakening and opening up your internal senses of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. But what's really functionally important is that you will learn to manage, transform, transmute your emotional energy from one state to another in very simple, easy to use practices. During live events, the masters usually do a discussion followed by a meditation that takes the information of the discussion and helps you integrate it into your biology and into your psychology. It's quite a remarkable process. I bear witness to that miracle time and time again for these last 5 years. So please go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. And it literally is about liberating yourself from old, dense emotions that you might be carrying around. Hi, is a seraphim real, and what role does it play? They are real, seraphim. Their role is mostly observational. Seraphim, their role is mostly observational. They connect to other beings that they work, but they are observers more than anything else, seraphim. Thank you. What has been happening to me these last 6 weeks? Transformation and awakening, Alice. Wake-up call. A lot of people getting wake-up calls right now. A lot of people getting wake-up calls right now in the form of very unpleasant experiences. And humanity is going to get a couple of big wake-up calls soon, too. If we don't recognize the correlation between our collective emotions and what we're doing to the environment, we're going to get a wake-up call in not too distant future. But yeah, you're getting a wake-up call to access your divinity, your creative process. There are over 2 billion people on the planet now going through this process of awakening. They know there's something's not quite right. Something has to change. I'm not sure what's going on. It's because the energy is shifting and changing right now. You are in a process of awakening, and the energy is coming into this planet right now from the sun, the galactic center, the planets. These energies are transformational. You have an opportunity to harness these energies to create what you want in your life, or you can continue creating the way you're creating. But you're awakening, dear. It's not a problem. Sign up for Masterclass 102. And wherever you are dealing with right now, I promise you, you will have a whole new direction. And we got students here. I think we got a few students online right now with us who've taken Masterclass 102. Some of them have taken it 2 or 3 times. And they'll tell you themselves that it's a very remarkable and powerful program. Lives have changed. Bodies get healed. Minds and emotions become liberated of suffering. Because you did not come here to suffer. You came here to create. Everybody. Hello, Anson. Hello, everyone. I wonder what I'm going to think of next. This works so well. Thank you, William. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for that TikTok money gun. I really appreciate that. That was really cool. Thank you so much for that. I want to give credit to my partner Norma Jones and her guides and angels that brought forth that concept of I wonder what I'll think of next. But thank you so much. I'm really glad it helps out because that's what it's for. I'm a spiritual medium to bring the information to you that they give to me so that we can end our unnecessary suffering on this planet. I bet that rain, how loud does that rain sound, you guys? Can anybody else hear the rain besides TikTok? Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. You're very welcome, Jenny. Dean, why did I have to get run over by a car in a hit and run at 20 years of age? You know, parents are innocent. Most humans are good, innocent people that have been manipulated by outside authorities. You know, parents sit down. I remember my mom used to let me sit in front of the television when I was very young, and things like shows like The Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny, all these shows that actually perpetuated or propagated ideas of violence and suffering. And I'm being told to tell you, look into your early childhood. Look into your early childhood where you were given ideas of how to get love. How to get love. That's what I'm being told to tell you, Dean. You were given, you needed to get love, and you had ideas about how to get that love that involved suffering. And a lot of people have been conditioned to think that suffering will get you love. I'm going to tell you something. Suffering will not get you love. It will get you attention, but it will not make you feel more love. Love is what you are. It's not something you have to get from somebody. It's something you have to remember that you are a function of love. You need to do that. Really important. Hey, Max, good to see you. William, can you channel God for me and ask for a message for me right now? You hear the words? I'm just going to put it out here. I love when you sit in the bliss of my lotus. You are my center, and I am yours. You are my love, and I am your love. We are one. Stay in the center of the lotus with me and watch the world of blessings around you. Wow, that's beautiful. Norma's getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. Woo! Thank you, Max. Wow. I don't know if you can see those goosebumps. It's pretty hilarious. That happens quite a bit. David's asking, I've been couch surfing for the past few weeks due to financial constraints from a divorce and need to move to a new place in the next few days. Any guidance? Welcome. Hi, David. I want to send you much love, first of all and foremost, because I do understand that. What would your life be like if you had exactly what you needed? Because again, you put your power, your energetic powers in the divorce has caused this, right? The divorce, it might have mechanically set things in motion and put you in a position that you're in right now. But the emotion that you harbor in yourself about yourself and about the divorce, you need to shift those emotions. And again, I would highly encourage you sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation, because surfing on the couch, you know, is not working. That's why you're here right now. You're here to evolve and reach a higher level of self-expression, a higher level of goodness and love in your life. Don't waste this opportunity to heal yourself. But I'm being told to tell you very specifically, you need to shift your energy to the excitement of new possibilities, that you are now moving into the life that you requested, the new life that you requested, which precipitated the divorce. Wow, what do you mean by that? What we want him to understand is that things that occur in your life have energetic causes, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that you put energy to become manifestations. We know that both of you in that relationship were of course frustrated and annoyed and upset with each other quite frequently. And whether you realize or not, these persistent emotional clashes resulted in this outcome. To you, that might be obvious. But what is not obvious is that the emotional energy that you wanted to experience was that of love. And so you had to move out of a situation where that love did not exist towards the love that does exist. Do not be frustrated by the divorce, but understand that you have set in motion a desire to experience a better life, not a worse life. Get excited about the process of your creation, that you have chosen to move in a direction of creation in this fashion to create a better life for yourself. And if that is the case, would you not be wanting to go out and experience the world because something better is waiting for you already? But you cannot find it in your emotion of suffering, in your emotion of loss, in your emotion of fear. But please remember this. Without emotion, thought has no effect. It is the nature and quality of your emotion that gives thought an effect. So be joyful. Be joyful about what possibilities you are now manifesting. Wow. Thank you, David, for that question. Really appreciate it. Bridget saying to you, David, sign up for Masterclass 102. It will help transform your suffering. And it certainly does. I cannot tell you how many people we've had come into the class. More recently, we've had people like singers and performers. We've had people that have had deep emotional pain. We've had people that have had physical discomfort, and they heal. Because once you change emotion, matter changes. When you change your emotional energy, matter changes. Right? Think about when you get really excited. Your energy goes up and the body feels good. Right? But if you don't add the energy, then you can think about, I want to feel amazing. But if you don't get into the production of that energy, you manifest that energy of joy and love and excitement, you won't create it. Yeah, you felt that too, Max. I'm so glad you did. It was really beautiful. Thank you so much for asking that. Not many people ask those questions. I want to say, Max, thank you so much, because a lot of people don't ask for messages like that point blank, where the divine just says what it says to you. Thank you so much for that gift. I really appreciate it. And every one of you, when you ask a question, you're offering a gift too. You're not just asking a question. You're opening a doorway for other people. Yes. Is the metal forming a good work for me? I think that's what you mean. Is metal forming work? Yes, it is very good for you. You must understand it would be very beneficial for your energy. It is not the metal forming that is good for you, but how you feel about it that makes the metal forming good for you. Yes. Get excited. Is there a message for me from my guides this morning? I don't know why, but I'm being given an image of somebody on a treadmill exercising, cardio. You need to exercise your lungs. Your lungs and heart need exercise today. You need to exercise. Do some cardio. Yeah, light cardio is what they're saying. What is the best foods to eat for clarity? Some of the best foods, not all the best foods, are live, living, vibrant food. Apples, oranges, tangerines, watermelons, fresh vegetables, fresh anything. The closer it is to you where you live, if it's freshly grown around you, get locally grown food if you can, for you. You want to eat foods that are alive because you're actually putting the life force of that food into your body. You're actually adding more life to your body. Remember that when you're eating. If you're eating an apple, you're actually putting new life into the body. You're not just eating physical apple, you're eating an energy that apple has. It's alive, right? Yeah, so for you, those things will really shift your energy really well. We have in our masterclass, we have our holistic nutritionalist, Rita, goes into great detail in instructing our students how to eat high vibration, how to shift your diet in such a way that you raise the frequency of your body, because certain qualities of food will raise the energy of your body. Certain types of food will lower the energy of your body. Very important. Again, sign up for Masterclass 102. Don't waste any time. You can take some quantum leaps in your life. Before doing Masterclass 102, a visit from Dad could take weeks to move through. Now minutes. That's right. The SQ is still managing to interfere with going live. Well, you're still here. I wouldn't worry about it. Again, if you harbor fear in your mind of any kind, remember, thought in and of itself has no power. And no human can act without there being an emotion involved. No human can act without an emotion being involved. Period. Full stop. Not one human action can occur without an emotion being involved. In fact, even the ascended masters say the same thing. Even they can't act without there being an energy involved. There always has to be an energy to generate a function, to set things in motion. Keep that in mind. Without emotion, nothing will happen in your life. And with emotion, everything's happening in your life, good and the not so good things. And again, remember the bottom line. Oh, let's go back here. Oh, thank you for that. I really appreciate that bird, Kathy. I don't even know what type of bird it was. Just very beautiful, though. Thank you. Just catching up here. 6 years of waking up. What do I need to change further to heal the multiple sclerosis? Thank you so much. Well, on multiple sclerosis, I want to say this. We have one of our students, and his name is Con Knight, and you can look him up on YouTube. Con Knight, Khanknight, and Con Knight is in the process of overcoming and transmitting his multiple sclerosis through the things that he's learning. I encourage you to reach out to him. He's a wonderful, beautiful, compassionate man, and he's a good instructor too. He'll really help you in that regard. Thank you so much. The other thing you can do, again, nothing can happen without a certain quality of emotion behind it. Without that quality of emotion behind it, it can't happen. And so it becomes very important. What is the underlying emotion that's causing that effect in your body? You know, when you get excited, your body does certain things. You know, when you get sad, your body does certain things. You cannot have an event happen in the human condition without an emotion being involved somewhere, somehow, either from this lifetime or other lifetimes, right? Also, people can project emotion at you that can affect and influence you. And you have to learn how to, again, once you understand how to transform emotional energy from one state to another, you move into a realm and an ability of creation that's profound. When you begin to take authority over your emotional energy, then you can create thoughts that represent certain states of being, and then create an emotion that represents that thought being manifested. And once the emotion comes into play, the physiology changes. But again, people have a tendency of disliking what they don't like. But if there's something going on in your body that's unpleasant, that doesn't feel good, it's because a part of you is suffering. And when you can give love to a part of you that's suffering, it will start to self-correct. I want to repeat that again. When there's something not right with your body, because there's a part of you that's suffering, and it needs a different type of energy. And that suffering is either being generated consciously or unconsciously. Most times it's being generated unconsciously. So what you want to learn to do, again, is to shift your energy towards the problem instead of seeing it as a problem, but extend your love and grace to the problem. Love changes matter differently than fear or anger changes matter, because anger, fear, love, joy, they influence matter, and they influence it differently. Doesn't make either one of them wrong. They just have different effects. But again, if you're feeling really discomfort in the body, get in communion with the feeling that you have around the MS, because the emotion you have around MS is fear, because what you've been taught about it means that certain things are going to happen. And I want to tell you that doesn't necessarily mean that's true. There have been many instances, and you can research them, where people have reversed those types of things. And ultimately, it comes down to a certain quality of emotion that generates an action. Even people that find certain foods to eat, or certain things to drink, or certain forms of medicants to apply to the body, natural herbs, other things you're going to apply to the body, that your emotion will guide you to the things that will produce that result. So if you're excited, there's a way to heal my body. There's a way, and I know it, and I'm so excited about it. Then that energy of excitement about healing will draw people, events, and circumstances to you, or you to them, that will help you fulfill the manifestation of that state. Thank you for that question. I send you much love. I'm asking Archangel Raphael and Master Jesus to provide you with a vibrational energy that will let you know that what you have heard is what you needed to hear at this time, that you understand and experience in your body right now the vibration that represents the sensation of healing. Thank you. Somebody's asking, how can I make more money, create more happiness, have less fear? When you are in lack, it's because there's an emotion of fear. Fear at its worst place is death. At the worst, the darkest spectrum of fear in the physical dimension is physical death. That's the ultimate low vibrational place of fear is death. The ultimate place of abundance and prosperity is love. What is the emotion you have around money? What when you think about money, what is the emotion that's there? If the emotion is fear, the emotion you have about money is what matches your money position. When you can change the energy, you'll start to see functional changes in time and space, but you have to feel the energy. You have to embody the energy. You have to literally bring the energy into your body of the joy of abundance. You don't have to know how or when it's going to happen, but start bringing that feeling in. Even when it doesn't look like you have any money at all, stay in that energy, stay in it, and watch what happens. You cannot learn without something happening. So if you're in a state that's difficult financially, and you practice being in a state of joy, even when you have to pay bills and you think you don't have enough money, you have to let go of that thought and say, I'm grateful to pay this bill. It's exciting. It's dynamic. I'm curious to see how the universe is going to provide me with more. And when you get into that energy, different things start to happen. Again, remember, emotion cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one state to another. So your emotions around money need to shift energetically for the conditions in your life to shift energetically. And that includes opportunities. Hi there. Are the incoming energies in the past 3 days causing my dizziness when outside? Yes. You need to go grounding, mama. You need to go outside, get your feet on the ground. Everybody that's here, you should be doing this every day. Go out 10, 15 minutes minimum. Put your feet on the ground, grass, in the water, but you need to ground for at least 10 to 15 minutes every single day so that your body gets electrically rebalanced, because there are massive amounts of energy. We're getting hit with what they call a coronal hole stream right now, which is a high intensity flow of protons at the planet right now. Protons are energy, right? We're getting bombarded with energy. A number of what science calls them solar flares, but we call them ascension energies, particles of energy, ultraviolet, gamma, cosmic, X-rays coming at the planet. These are energies that will affect and transform and change life on the planet. Our DNA is being changed and upgraded by these energies. How do you think new life forms came into existence, folks? Because the energy from the sun restructures life according to what it feels back from us. And we're being reorchestrated in a very different way, folks. So love is the only way from my perspective. Okay, super chat here from Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. Really appreciate it. Hello, William. Who is currently guiding me? I feel a new vibration and state. Thank you. I'm being told to tell you that Sai Baba is with you right now. He's saying to become aware of the subtleties of love. He's saying he's with you to help you become aware of the subtleties of love. Can you be more precise about that? No, he says it's very simple. Just become more aware of the subtleties of love. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Hi, Michael. I'm from Sweden. I feel the change, and it's hard. I feel so alone seeing everything. Okay. Hello, beautiful soul. Listen, you are not alone. You will never be alone, none of you. I know because you're so identified with your body and you think you're separate from others, but there's a level of energy in which you are never alone. And if you recognize that the body is just an instrument through which you manifest creative expression, that you are a soul. You are a soul, a spirit, a consciousness that is able to interact with time, space, and matter, and able to interact with energy all around you. And even in this communication right now between us, there's a transmission of energy going back and forth between you, me, and our guides and angels, the beings that are working with you. You are not alone. Like if I asked you right now, well, thank you there. If I asked you right now to just close your eyes, and just feel the space around your body, because I'm asking two of my guides to be present with you there right now. Just close your eyes and just allow yourself to feel the energy of the two guides of mine that I've sent to you right now. Just let yourself feel it and receive it. You are never alone. You can learn to see, to hear, to feel, to know your guides, your angels, ascended masters, multidimensional beings that want to work with you. When you shift your energy from fear to love, you will change the type of beings you connect to. If you're in a state of fear, you'll connect to people that tend to live in that energy. If you're in a state of love and joy, you'll connect to people that tend to live in that energy, right? You have a choice. You really do have a choice. You're not here to suffer. You're here to create. Anyway, you're not alone. Sending you much love. Again, thank you very much. I want to thank Raphael, my guardian angel John, for doing that for you. Thank you. Someone's saying here, I highly recommend 102 as a healing experience. Yes. I can't say enough about it. And again, you'll hear students go to my website. You can see in the testimonials pages what people have said about our master classes and private one-on-one sessions with me. You'll get a pretty good idea of how miraculous some of this work is for people. And it will be miraculous for you too, in the way that you need it to be. Sign up for Masterclass 102. You got just under 4 weeks to get registered. We've already got people registering, and our classes are not normally that large. So you want to get in sooner rather than later. And again, the course is about releasing yourself from old past dense energies. Those of you that are feeling couch bound, or those of you that are feeling alone and isolated, I can assure you this masterclass will put you into a different state of awareness of who you are and the connection you have to other beings in this dimension and others. Thank you. Hi there. Jessica, my niece wants to know if you can get a message, please, and thank you. Hello, Share Bear Cheryl. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm being told to tell her there are 3 people in her life that she's been questioning about whether or not she should stay in connection to those people. Yeah, you do not want to go down a path that's based on wanting to be accepted. You don't want to. You want these 3 people that you feel like you have to earn your acceptance from. You don't have to. You are, yes. Focus on your studies. Focus on your studies. This is where you will be led to the people that are in righteousness with you. What do you mean by that? In righteousness, by this, we mean that you will be in alignment with those individuals that have similar aspirations and desired outcomes to yourself. Wow. Let me know how that resonates with you. There we go. Wonderful. Oh, you're very welcome, Alicia. Rain is wonderful. It certainly is. So loud. It was so loud. It just passed now. I think we got one more round of it coming in according to radar. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's right. Wonderful, wonderful thought, Leslie. I am sitting in God's love. That is, which is your love, by the way. You and God are the same. Ultimately, God is within you. Every single master throughout history says the same thing. So that's a beautiful thought to share with us, Leslie. To sit in God's love. And what Max, similar to the message that Max got earlier, sitting in the center of God's love, right? I'm paraphrasing what that message was. How do I do when my husband isn't seeing what I am? I am calm, and he isn't hearing me and understanding. You need to have a chat with his higher self. Sometimes direct confrontation isn't the way to do it. Actually having a communication with his higher self. The body, remember, the body is not the soul. The body is the instrument through which the soul comes. The mind, the information you've acquired from this world, is another part of the instrument. You're not your body. You're not your mind. You are a soul. Your husband's soul is trying to work through a mind and body that don't work very well for them. He's got certain emotional qualities, beliefs, and ideas that are not serving him, nor you, nor the relationship. And he has to learn to shift his energy from the body self. So what you need to do is you need to connect to the soul and have a conversation with the soul about your desire and need to experience more love with him, more connection, more communication. Don't talk through his mind and body, because it won't happen that way. Talk telepathically to his higher self. Wonderful. Hi. Yes, the gaps do close when you sit in God's love. Someone's saying, hi, David. I suffered from 48 years of grief after my 5-year-old brother drowned. After 102, no more issues. Thank you for that, Dean. Thank you, or David. Thank you for sharing that. So important. We've had people that have been traumatized by sexual abuse, loss of a loved one, a traumatic physical event, and through the understanding of how to deal with their own emotional energy, how to actually change emotion from one state to another, and also realize there is no such thing as death. You start to connect to the loved ones that you think you were lost. They still exist. They just don't have a physical body to connect to. But Masterclass 102, sign up for it. Go today. Sign up, Masterclass 102 Liberation. It starts August the 3rd. So that's how much little time you got left to register. So you take advantage of it. Don't wait. A lot of people waited for the last minute to try and sign up for the 101, and it was already done. Masterclass changed my outlook on life and my place in it. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. You just popped up in my feed. Oh, well, I'm glad to have you here, darling. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Hello, Kathy. It is Mr. Ripple with me. New handle. I see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think we've all caught up for today, folks. We are all caught up. I'll take a look on your on YouTube. So if you know the names, the dweller. Okay, we're gonna remove that person. We're gonna just delete a few comments here. And
on YouTube?
Yeah, it's okay. Drusilla's not here to moderate today. Thank you so much. There we go. Thank you so much. What is my true purpose? What does my higher self want in this lifetime? Divine skills. That is within you. You have to activate your internal. See, people feel purposeless because they're trying to find their purpose in the world. What am I here to do in this world? You're looking outside of yourself, folks. You won't find your purpose out there. You might find things you'd like to do out there. You might find things that you love out there, and you might do them and love them, and that might be your purpose. But you came in with a purpose. And the question is, why don't you know your purpose? And what they tell me is very simple. They say people do not know their purpose because they do not connect to these non-physical realms of information. You only go by what you see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. You're only trying to figure yourself out from your body perspective, and your purpose is not in your body. You are your purpose. You need to remember and reconnect to who you are energetically as a spiritual being. You must recognize the function of your equipment and how you're here to use it. But your purpose is within you. You must activate your internal senses, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairaudience, so that you can hear and know the invisible realm of information, which is where you'll find the answers you cannot find in this world. The answers you're seeking in this world may be not found in this world. They can be found in the realm of your consciousness. So clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, to learn to hear, to see, to feel, to know, not from this world, the internal world, the world of the unknown, which is where what you don't know is. What you do not know is in the world of the unknown, not in the world of the known. What you need to know is in the world of what you do not know, and to access that world, you need to shift your attention away from the body, away from a mind, away from memory, into the realm of spirit and consciousness, where you can gain access to what you do not know. Wow. I love that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out. I really appreciate it. We shall keep growing together. And again, I want to say, everybody, thank you for sharing and subscribing, liking, hearting, doing these things, because you give other people the chance to have this come up on their feed. And some of the information that comes through is just mind-blowing to me. And I know it's been for many of you from the comments you've sent me and people that have come and taken the courses as a result of what the beings that I channel say through me here. So I want to say thank you for sharing this out to other people. Thank you for liking and subscribing, because these are all things that, again, propagate this information to more people that need it. And there's over 2 billion people on this planet that are awakening right now that need to hear the truth of what's being said here, that you are not your body, you are not your mind, you are a soul, and that you create with your emotional energy. And thought in and of itself does not create. I want to thank the Ascendant for being present with us today. And especially I want to thank all of you, my Patreon supporters, my YouTube supporters, those who give me super chats. Again, if you want to book a reading or a class with me, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you'll see all the services that are available there. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys on the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And for my students in Masterclass 101 Awakening, we'll see you guys in a few hours at 4 p.m. for today's live event. I want to wish everybody much love, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye for now.